Welcome. We're going to check out a stack of packs from the 1990 NFL Pro Set Card Series, Series 1. And there are lots of big names in here, a lot of really cool, surprising errors in here. So we're going to take a look at what's inside. On our podium, the best card will go there until a card replaces it, at which point there will be one standing at the end and our winner. We'll talk values, we'll talk some players, and have a good time as we see what is inside. So first up, we have Super Bowl 21, Giants and Broncos. So for the most part, these cards will be commons. If there are some that have some significant collector value, we'll note them out as we go and hopefully find some fun error cards. Here we have Eric Metcalf, Willie Gault. It would be really cool to find the very rare Lombardi hologram. It's kind of a grail card to get, and haven't pulled one yet, but maybe we could pull one together and you could see it here first. Pat Swilling, Eric Thomas, Louis Lips, Stanley Morgan, Ted Hendricks, Jim Jeffcoat, Sam Mills, and Chris Miller. And our scratcher. Cruising along. Let's see what is next. Super Bowl 17. Still need somebody for the podium. Who's going to step up? And there's a lot of these cards, it looks like, that have been cut off. So you're kind of getting the next card with it. And actually, is this the same thickness? It's a little bit wider than the typical card. So it's not like you're getting just the cutoff part. You're getting a little extra. Don Mosbar. Kevin Green. Alvin Walton. Art Monk. Ernest Givens. Jim Wilkes. Harry Hamilton. Ray Donaldson. Boomer Esiason. How's it going? Franco Harris. 1990 Hall of Fame selection. We got Donald Igwebuike. Igwebuike. There's probably a much better way of saying that. So if you know, let me know. Steve Atwater. Deion Sanders. Let's see what we got here. Welcome. All right. So this corner looks real roughed up already, which is interesting because it was on the inside, but super white. So this card is very, unless that's actually, oh yeah. I should be showing you as I'm doing it. It kind of rubbed right off. It seemed like the paper dust, and the surface of this looks absolutely beautiful. So this card may be worth around $50 or so as a PSA 10. And so we will put him into a sleeve and check it out later. I do like how the front of these cards is beautiful so far. Sometimes you get, the ink isn't too great, or you get a lot of edge whitening, but these are looking very nice so far. And let's put Deion on the podium, and he will now be the champion until and if someone else can come along and take the spot. So we'll move into the next pack and see who is up next. All right, we got Raiders, Super Bowl 18 against the Redskins. Charles Mann, Neil Smith, Fred Strickland, Guy McIntyre, Marty Schottenheimer, Tony Zendejas, John Forcade, Paul Gruber, Lee Williams, John Offerdahl, Joe Montana, card number 8. Very cool to see a Montana card. It's a great looking one as well. I think we're going to sleeve this up just because of how good it looks. I think the value of this in a PSA 10 is maybe like $16 or $18, so less than the grading value or the cost to grade it in most cases. Though this one looks so good, I don't want to just toss it aside because it is a 10 candidate. So we'll keep it and maybe do something, maybe not. But either way, very cool to pull Joe Montana. Jack Party, Brad Edelman, and Fred Marion. All right, so check this out. In this set, there are a lot of error cards. And what was kind of, I don't want to say unique, but common to it is they would continually update the cards as the printing series went on. So it wasn't like, hey, series 1 is this, series 2 is the update. All within series 1, they would have the errors, and then they would change it and then have the fixed errors in there. They're like basically the fixed cards, the updates. So you don't really know which cards are going to be the errors. So this card, the Fred Marion number 204, had a very noticeable kind of photographic shadow on the front. And if that card has not been fixed yet, if this card, it can be worth around, $225, $250 in a PSA 10. If it has been fixed, kind of nearly worthless. And so we'll know when we turn it over, but we're not sure until we turn it over whether this is worth basically nothing or it's that really special Fred Marion card. So let's turn it over together and see if we've got one of the grails of this set. Ah, nope. It has been fixed. So if you look right around this area, there would be a shadow, and they fixed that in this card. So nothing big. Big letdown. I was hoping we would have had it. That would have been very, very special. Nonetheless, cool to see a Fred Marion card. Cool to have that chance. That's the end of our pack, and we are going to move on to the next one. But would have been great to get that one. Even though we move on, there may be a Vince Lombardi hologram. There may be some Bo Jacksons. Lots to see, lots to find. Let's get going with Super Bowl 10. Very cool looking card there. Thane Gash, Jim Lachey, Albert Lewis, Harris Barton, Vincent Brown, John Grimsley, Vaughn Johnson. We got Ray Perkins, Shane Conlon, the All-Star Game card. We got Warren Moon, also the All-Star Game card. Thurman Thomas, Kelvin Martin, Simon Fletcher, Eddie Brown, and that is our pack. Moving on to the next one. Ooh, looking good already. So here we have, let's be very gentle. We have Super Bowl 24. That's a very cool pull. It is in a PSA 10 worth around $85 or so. So awesome to find that and to be the first card that we have on top. And very good shape. Wow, corners are good. Color is good. Centering looks very good. I've seen some where the line is almost double thick. So this is a very beautiful looking candidate. So we will definitely sleeve it up very gently, and we'll check it out later and see if it may be worth sending in to grade. But very cool to find that, especially in the condition that it is. And we will put this, I think, is this going to beat Deion for our championship spot? Super Bowl's pretty big. Card value is a little more. I think it does. I think we're going to put this on our podium for now and keep cruising with Paul Farron. We got Gary Clark, Reggie Roby, Jesse Sapolu, Hartley Dykes, Steve Brown, Roy Foster, Marcus Cotton, Derek Thomas, Chris Hinton. All right, so this Chris Hinton, so you may have seen it before I did. If there is a no traded banner on the front, it's the common one. I haven't looked at it yet. If there is a no traded banner, it's common. If there is not a no traded banner, it's not there. That is the one that could be worth around $60 or so in a PSA 10 condition. So let's turn this over. I haven't seen it yet and see if this has. All right. There's no traded banner on the front. So this is the cool one we are looking for. It is in immaculate shape. If you're looking at the card, the edges, the corners, very cool. So let's put this in a sleeve and keep it in good shape and check it out later. But very nice. Let's give that one a horn. There we go. So good find, good find. Let's keep those corners nice and protected. And it's awesome to find some of these error. That's not actually an error card. It's more of a sequence card, I believe. But very cool to see some of those more uncommon cards. I think that one is going to go onto our podium since it is more rare, I believe, than the Super Bowl 24. And we move on to Andre Ware, number 19, the 1989 Heisman Trophy winner, Ron Meyer, Derek Thomas, Joe Montana, card 293, worth around $50 in a PSA 10, and it's looking to be in very good shape. So he's going to get the horn, and we're going to tuck him into a sleeve. So really, really, really good pack there. I think that started out with the Super Bowl 24, and we moved on to the Chris Hinton, and now we got Joe Montana. So very good way to roll. I think we'll leave Chris Hinton on the podium just because of how rare that may be, and we will keep moving along. We've turned the corner, 4 packs to go. Let's see what comes up next. And it's just fun seeing some of these players and things they've done and what they've evolved into even today, still in and around the game. We got Super Bowl 24, Broncos and 49ers. Interesting. Aha, that's what I'm thinking about. Because I'm like, we just pulled that card earlier, It's Super Bowl 24. So there's 2 cards. One is this one. The other is that special insert. So there we go. Tyrone Braxton. Gerald Riggs. Greg Cragen. Pierce Holt. Bobby Humphrey. Alonzo Highsmith. Tim Harris. Andre Bruce. Mike Johnson. Kent Hull. Walter Stanley. Punt return leader, Crawford Kerr. And Lawrence Taylor, 231 of the New York Giants. Ron Wolfney. All right, a few packs to go. Let's see what we have got. Super Bowl number 3, Jets over the Colts in a close one. We got Eugene Lockhart, Brian Sosha, Frank Minifield, Roger Craig, Mark Clayton, Dean Stunkhooler, Ed West, Bill Fralick, Mike Munchak. Looks like we're getting into the all-star cards a little bit. Carl Meckenberg, Jack Lambert, Joe Bugle, Eric Howard, and Bruce Smith. All right, cruising through. Just a couple left. Come on. What do we want? What do we want to look for? Maybe a Barry Sanders. We haven't really heard from Barry too much yet. That would be cool. Feels like a thick card below this one. Super Bowl 16. Chris Spielman. I'm going to guess this is kind of overcut. Very much so. That's why I was feeling a little wider. Kevin Butler of the Bears. Eric McMillan. Michael Carter. John Stevens. Bubba McDowell. Brent Fullwood. Tony Casales. Thurman Thomas. David Treadwell. And there we go, Joe Montana, card number 2. We are looking for the error version. So for that, the number of yards next to Jim Kelly's name would be 3,521. If this card has that, it'll be worth around $60 or so in a PSA 10. And let's see. Jim Kelly, 3521. All right, we got the error card. Very cool. The front looks immaculate. So this is definitely a candidate to consider grading. So we will just tuck that in gently and see what we've got going on. But welcome to Joe Montana. We'll leave Chris Hinton up just because I think that error is a little rare, but very cool to see Joe. Next up, we have Ken Horton. Bart Oates. Clyde Simmons. And that rounds out that pack, leaving the last pack of the stack. We're here together. Let's see what mysteries it holds. It's cool opening these up and you're seeing this huge diamond ring, like pretty much on each one. It's like, whoa. Super Bowl 15, Raiders versus the Eagles, 1981. Good looking front. And that was in New Orleans Superdome. Barry Sanders. There we go. Card number 102. Barry Sanders card. Let's see how the front looks. In a good condition, around $100 or so of a collector value in a PSA 10. So let's see what we've got. So the condition is phenomenal, but we have that overcut. So I wonder how much that translates into an issue, because it's not visually nice. Like, it's definitely not centered originally, although it's not like it's way damaged or something. So I don't know how that would play into a grading. Probably not very well. If you know or have tried something like that, grading, let me know. But it is a Barry. We're going to keep it in as good shape as possible, and then we'll kind of check it out and learn a little more about that. But very cool. Always great to pull a Barry, and especially on the last pack of the stack. There we go. Welcome, Barry Sanders. Joe Gibbs, head coach. Anthony Munoz. Mike Coffer. Andre Tippett. Ray Childress. We got Perry Kemp. Sean Collins. Rod Woodson. Webster Slaughter. Tom Landry. This card could have some value in a PSA 10, and it is beautiful on the front. I want to say corners are very crisp. Coloring is spot on. This is an incredible card. He gets the horn. Welcome, Tom, to our group of cards here, as well as obviously all he's done for the sport and as a guy. So very cool. People are more than cards. I know we look at the cards, we want values, we want a big winner, we want a big hit. But beyond all the cards are the people behind them that actually did the things to make the cards cool. So great stuff to Tom and all the other players that we're looking at, even the ones that aren't huge value in terms of collector today, all great players, you know, all parts of the league. And that's what led to the league being what it is today. So to everyone, good stuff. And there we go. Bill Parcells. Another great one. Great coach. And this card in a 10 could be worth around $40 or so. But I do see a little white mark up here that it may just be paper dust, or it could be card dust. But if it isn't, then just a cool card. So we'll tuck that away. But great to get a Bill Parcells. What a nice final pack. We got Tom Landry. We got a Barry Sanders not long ago. We got a Bill Parcells. I think we're doing really well. Jim Jensen. And there you go. So looking at our team for the day, we have the Chris Hinton with the non-marker on the front in terms of his trading. We have Bill Parcells. We got Deion Sanders. We got Super Bowl 24, Tom Landry, Barry Sanders, Joe Montana, and another Joe Montana. Let's see if we could swap these out so we could see double Joes, same stack. So overall, really, really good grouping there. So hope you learned something along the way and hope you had fun. There you have it. Until next time.